Those storms in the southwest also turning deadly at the Texas-Mexico border. The floods giving strength to an already dangerous Rio Grande. The currents this week claiming the lives of several migrants, among them toddlers. Joining me now is Guad Venegas. Guad, we know this year we've seen a record number of migrants making their way north. You were just reporting this last week on this air. And that river incredibly dangerous even when the weather is not a factor. But tonight we're learning about a 5-year-old as the latest victim.
Tom, a reminder of how deadly the river can be because of the rain, because of the time of the year. Now we have a 5-year-old that drowned crossing from Ciudad Juarez into El Paso, Texas. Mexican authorities recovered the body. Guatemalan authorities have informed that both the mother and the child were crossing into the U.S. Through that river, which, as we mentioned, is very dangerous right now. They were separated, and the 5-year-old young girl died. The mother is now receiving help from the government. Meanwhile, Tom, I should also mention that further down the river, also in Texas, in the Eagle Pass area, a 3-year-old boy died also crossing the river, while authorities recovered a 2-year-old that did survive. So a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old were with a group of migrants, a 2-month-old, that is. That 2-month-old was rescued by firemen after a border patrol called the firemen, and he was taken to a hospital in San Antonio, but the 3-year-old boy did die. This is how dangerous the river is. We were just on the phone with the sheriff in Eagle Pass, who told us migrants don't realize that because of the rain and the time of the year, it is extremely dangerous and very difficult to cross in areas where other migrants have crossed in the past. And we're seeing it with these minors that are dying, among other migrants that have been victims in this part of the country, Tom.
Yeah, these are horrific headlines, and I understand you spoke with the sheriff there, but are officials on either side of the border doing anything to prevent another tragedy like this from happening?
Well, you know, the young girl, the 5-year-old, that body was recovered by Mexican authorities. That's in El Paso, in Juarez, that is. And meanwhile, Border Patrol on the American side rescued that 2-month-old baby and the 3-year-old. So, you know, between trying to rescue migrants that get stuck in the river, patrolling the area, you've got federal, state, and local authorities. And the sheriff has told me in the past they don't have enough people to patrol this area in the river. So what he wanted me to say is to make sure that people know it is very dangerous. You're talking about a border in Texas that is just too long, and it's impossible to patrol for all the authorities. So the best thing they can do now is warn people of how dangerous that river is because of the currents at the moment and those rains we've seen in that area, Tom.
All the dangers of crossing a border plus the extreme weather. Okay, Guad Venegas for us.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.